True story, the second time I was in this hospital, I was walking down the hall and I saw a doctor, full lab coat, stethoscope, all that stuff. He was carrying a bottle of wine. The doctor's office today, no control over the appointment. They just sent me a notification, 8:45, be there. Not the ideal time. Don't worry about me, it's just a routine checkup, but thanks for your concern there. It never ceases to amaze me how many doctors smoke cigarettes, even though they know it's probably horribly bad for you. Well, this isn't good. It looks like somebody tried to escape from the hospital. Let's check out the French newspaper and see what it has to offer. Well, they now make a scooter with Bluetooth. It's not uncommon for adults to ride scooters around France here. The Netherlands just got themselves 2 pandas. True story, the second time I was in this hospital, I was walking down the hall and I saw a doctor, full lab coat, stethoscope, all that stuff. He was carrying a bottle of wine. I'm sure he wasn't performing surgery. It's just more socially accepted here.
Après, ils disent que des micro-traumatismes répétés peuvent entraîner cette torsion où ils vont chercher la jambe. Alors peut-être que...
You know it's good results when the doctor takes a cell phone pic of the x-rays after your surgery. I think he was proud. All right, so let's talk about something that has been in the news, getting kicked off a flight. There was a guy who was on a United Airlines flight and basically got dragged off by the police. It's been making headlines and stirring up people's emotions. The complications were that the flight was overbooked. They asked for volunteers, no one stepped up. They asked for volunteers a second time, nobody still stepped up. If that happens, then they start selecting people. With some airlines, they select randomly. With other airlines, the last people who got on the plane, for whatever reason this guy was selected, he decided to just go crazy about it. In a way, I'm glad that United got all this bad publicity. Personal opinion, I can't stand United Airlines. I just don't like United. There was a country singer who saw his guitar getting thrown around by the United luggage carriers. I'm kind of impartial here. On the one hand, I side with them because I know they have the power of the contract that guy signed. And the moment you click purchase the tickets, you have a contract with them. It's like when you install a new program and it says, be aware of the terms of service, click here if you do. Technically, that guy agreed to get kicked off the flight if something like this happens. I can also understand that I think the situation was that they were only moving people off to make room for their own people to get to another airport. You have to remember this. If you're gonna listen to one thing in today's log, understand, if you are flying on an airline, that airline has you they have you by the... You can't do anything about it. You just have to roll with it. It's just the way travel has evolved right now. I'm not saying it's a good thing. It's really difficult to make them do anything. If you get pushed off a plane somehow, here are some good things you can do. Number one, ask about any kind of compensation. You are entitled to it. See what kind of flight vouchers you get. Try and haggle. See if you can get the price up. That's maybe the best you can do. I think the usual starting line that I see them start at is $250. Try and go up from there. The second thing, make the airline realize that you are probably going to be delayed through a meal. And what they'll do with that is they'll give you some sort of voucher for a meal. It's only good within the airport, but that's a free meal on them. Take it because that airline has inconvenienced you. Lastly, always be civil with them. Try and work with the people at the desk as much as possible. Remember, these people are getting yelled at all day. Yelling at them is not going to solve anything. It'll probably make them less inclined to help you. So be cool. Remember that the person at the customer service desk isn't necessarily the person who put you in this position. Kill them with kindness, and it might be rewarding in the end.